Welcome to the Loudon Board Gaming channel. I'm Ken, and today I'm going to be playing Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth. So if you're new to my channel, I basically just play board games that I own. I play them solo, games that I like to play. You're not necessarily going to find the newest and maybe hottest games, because I just play what I own. And today I'm playing one of my favorite games, Lord of the Rings Journey in Middle-earth. This game came out a while ago. I play solo, I play a multiplayer, and it has the theme of Lord of the Rings, which I love playing Lord of the Rings, or I love the book and the movie. So I'm just going to be doing a playthrough of this. I'm not going to go over all the rules. I'll just talk a little bit about how to play the game and then just play it and just enjoy playing the game and having fun here. If you're enjoying this and enjoying the content of my channel, think about giving a like and a subscribe. So Journeys in Middle-earth is a campaign game. So basically there are several missions that you play throughout using the same characters. I just want to mention real quick that there are spoilers in this playthrough since it is a campaign. Also, the game has an app and I used my phone in the playthrough and I didn't record it. So you'll only see me holding my phone with the app instead of having like a visual display of what's happening in the app. But hopefully you can still enjoy the playthrough, and hopefully you can still enjoy this playthrough without seeing everything that's in the app. So I've chosen my two heroes. We will be playing as Gandalf, and I really do like his model here, and Aragorn. So they are both being played today. The app told us, or told me, to start them in that spot. The app also already told me to kind of set up these tiles with different tokens. So we're going to have some tokens that are interact tokens, where I can go and kind of interact with this to find out what's there. We have some ragtag guys over here that we can kind of interact. The story basically is about there were some thieves in the Shire, and we're trying to kind of hunt down these thieves. And that kind of makes sense if I'm using maybe Gandalf and Aragorn here. They've been watching the Shire carefully and watching out for Bilbo, and maybe they came across these thieves and they want to investigate more about what's going on. We also have unexplored tiles, so any tile that has this token on it, that is unexplored, and so when we go there, we would reveal what that is, and the app will actually tell us what to do or what happens there. What else? So looking at our character sheets, I guess, or cards, here's Aragorn. And we have different stats: might, wisdom, agility, spirit, and wit. And we have different numbers. And when you take a test, when you do a test, this number basically says how many cards you're going to draw from your deck to see if you're successful. We also have what are called inspiration tokens that we can use to help with test. And I can have up to 4 for Aragorn. We also have here fear and damage. If I ever reach 5 or more fear, or if I reach 5 or more damage, I do what is called a last stand. And then if I don't pass that last stand, I'm out. I guess I'm not dead, but basically knocked out, and I would only have until the end of that turn to kind of complete the mission. If not, the mission's a failure. So we don't want that to happen. Gandalf here has the same kind of stuff here. And then each character also has like a special ability that I'm probably going to have to try to remember to do. It says once per round, after you discard a prepared skill with a inspiration icon, you can gain 1 inspiration and scout 1. Okay, Aragorn over here says, let's see, when heroes scout during the rally phase, you and a nearby hero receives 1 additional card. Okay, that's good. All right, so we'll be able to scout a little bit more. I'll go over scouting in a little bit. Each hero has a deck of cards, And the way you set up your hero is there's going to be, I think it's 5 or 6 basic cards that you have. So both Gandalf and Aragorn will have those cards. But then you have, I believe, 5 character cards. So character cards that are for Aragorn and character cards that are for Gandalf. And then you also have, and I'll just kind of show you. So that says basic 1. This says Aragorn 2. But then you also pick a kind of role for your character. So there's several different roles that I could have picked for Aragorn. I believe I'm picking the suggested one of being a captain. So he is a captain. I'll just shuffle those up a little bit. Actually, I might show you a little bit more of what those cards are like. And then Gandalf here, he also has the basic cards. But, and then he has Gandalf cards. And I am picking the meddler role for Gandalf. And so basically these cards act as kind of like a randomizer for you for doing tests. So if I were to do like a might test for Gandalf, it says 2. So I draw the top 2 cards in my deck. And I'm going, ooh, that was pretty good. So these symbols here represent a success. So depending on what I do, and the app will tell me like how many successes I might need, or sometimes it doesn't tell you how many successes you need. You just enter in how many you got. This is whether or not you're going to pass a test or not. So you have those, but you also have here these inspiration icons. So if I had an inspiration token, such as this one here, I could spend that to act as a success. All right. And then we also have what are called, each card has like an ability. In order to use this ability, we have to prepare the card. So to prepare a card, which is usually during the scouting, we would take a card and we'd place it face up near the bottom of our character sheet. And then that ability will then be active. And here it says when you test what symbol is that? A agility, you may discard the skill to add 1 success. All right. So we're going to go and prepare these cards for special abilities. Also, by preparing cards, you kind of thin your deck out and maybe leave your deck with more successes than non-success cards. We also started with 1 fear card. Or no, not fear card, a weakness card. And so these cards right here, they're weaknesses. Now they have different names, but they all act the same way. But they basically kind of clog your deck. So you don't want to get too many weaknesses because they really do nothing. All right. Okay, so I think that is about everything. So the way that we're going to play this game is we are going to have an activation phase where we get to move or interact or attack. When you move, you can move twice. So I don't know if you can see too well, but here, I'll just pick up this board. You can see that this tile is broken off into 2 sections here with this line here. And when you move, you can move from one adjacent space to the next. That would be considered 1 move. You can break up your movement, so you can move twice, but you can move once, interact, and then move again. So I could move Aragorn here, interact, and then move again if I needed to. Okay. Now the app told me at the start to do a scout 2. And what scouting does is I'm going to draw the top 2 cards of my deck, and I can either prepare it, put it on top, or put it on the bottom of my deck. All right, so we're going to scout with Aragorn. And as I play, I'm going to explain more. I didn't mention this, but each character has like starting equipment, and some of them are for fighting. Like I have a sword here for fighting. And when we get to combat, I'll kind of explain that a little bit more. I have some travel garb here for Aragorn, and this just says increase your fear limit by 1. So right now my fear is at 5, so this will increase it by 1. And then before you suffer a face down damage, you may prevent one of those damages. But then we also have this banner. After you or nearby hero rest or guards, that hero gains 1 inspiration. So I'm just going to kind of set these maybe like this. Now Gandalf here has kind of similar gear. He has a sword, but he also has his walking stick. It's just a walking stick. It's not a wizard staff. But he can use that for hitting, and then it has a special ability there. But I also have a sword, and you can do a dual wield thing. So if I had got, let's say I had gotten 2 successes, I wouldn't do this, but let's say I had 2 successes, I could choose 1 here, and I can choose 1 here. If I had 3, I can maybe choose this one here, and or actually if I had 4, I could then pick both of them. But then he also has a cloak here, and this basically says before you suffer damage or fear, you may spend 1 inspiration to prevent one of those damage or fear, and it's a cloak. So let's just put those down there. All right, so we're going to scout 2. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to flip this over. And, you know, his ability says when heroes scout during the rally phase. This isn't the rally phase, so this is going to happen now. So I have these 2 cards. This is Undying Might. When you test the might here, you may discard the skill to add 1 success. So I might want to prepare that. Now, I'm going to prepare 1 and then get rid of the other one. Here it says before you test, you may discard the skill to test, let's see, what is that symbol? Wit instead. All right. So I could use my wit, which is 3, which ain't too bad. I can also do sprint, so during your turn, I can discard this to move 1 more space. I'm actually going to prepare this card right here just because it has no success or what do you want to call it, inspiration. And that way it kind of thins out my deck. I'm going to put this on the bottom because it only has 1 inspiration on it. So we'll do that. And then we'll do the same thing with Gandalf. I'll just shuffle it again, just make sure. We're going to scout 2. And so here's kind of the neat part about the game. So I see a success here. I can literally just put that on top. That's probably what I'm going to do. I do believe I don't have to prepare if I don't want to. I could do, I could put this on top or bottom. I'll probably prepare this one. It says when the test, what was that one again? That's the tree, which is wit. Or sorry, that's wisdom. You may discard this skill to add 1 more. So we'll just prepare this. Again, just to kind of get it out of our deck a little bit. We can have up to 4 prepared cards, and that's it. So we've done that. That was what the app told us to do. And then our app, before I set up, so basically we have some different things here, but we have a ragtag of guys over here that are kind of like in front of this stone tomb. So we might want to go and kind of see what they're all about. But then the app also says here, you might not be able to read it, but each hero is going to test, what is that? A spirit. Each hero who passes gains 1 inspiration. So we're going to test it. Oh, hey, that was kind of smart that I scouted and put that success for Gandalf on top array. So what we're going to do is draw for our spirit, and Gandalf is 4 cards. So we're going to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's just flip over and see what happens. Oh, there's a success. How about that? I knew that was coming. And so, ooh, those are some kind of good ones. But we were successful. So Gandalf, I'm going to put this in a little discard pile, gets 1 inspiration. Now Aragorn's going to do the same thing. I'm going to do my spirit, which is only 2. So he doesn't have as much spirit. All right, flip it over. But we still got a success here. So he also gets an inspiration token, and inspiration tokens are going to be very helpful for us as we explore and do more tests. Now there is a difficulty setting for this game, and I put it on normal. I do believe if you put it like on adventure mode, the easier mode, you get a lot more inspiration tokens. All right, so we've done that. And now it says, the app says to the objective update, confront the thieves. So we need to confront the thieves. That's what we need to do. Now you can't really see it maybe too well on my phone, but there is like a threat track. And we kind of need to do everything before this gets to 64. And there's a lot of different things that will affect how much that goes up. For unexplored tiles, I think it goes up. For enemies on the board, it goes up. For the number of heroes, it goes up. So you have all that for the threat track. All right, so Aragon is going to... So you do all the turns for one character, and then you go on to the next. So Aragon's going to move into, let's say, this space here. So that's his one move. We can do another move if we want to, but we're not going to. Well, we can do it after we interact. So now as my action for this turn is I am going to, is actually what you can do is you can travel, you can attack, or you can interact. So I'm traveling right now. And we always get to do two things, and we can do that thing twice. So I'm choosing to move as one action and interact with my other action. So I'm going to go to my app. I'm interacting with the ragtag people. And we are just going to kind of zoom in a little bit. And this is what you would maybe do if you were playing this game, is maybe have your phone out and have the app on your phone or tablet or computer or whatever. But this is what you would be doing. And it says here, you note the garb mimics that of Brelanders, but their accents are varied. These are not merely local riffraff. You pause and consider what is your best approach. Well met, friends. So I can say a few things. I don't know if this really matters what I say, but maybe. Stop from the tomb or else. Sneak up and eavesdrop. I don't know what sneaky would be. I doubt I'm a sneaky person. Though I would think Aragon would be. You know, people around here call me Strider. All right, maybe I just talk to them. All right. The group turns on you, weapons and stolen goods in hand. As you suspected, these are the thieves you seek, and they are ready to slay you there and stand. Gain 1 inspiration, then discard this person token. All right. So we're going to discard this, and we're going to gain 1 inspiration. I've been inspired to maybe kick their butts. All right, and then I'm going to place 2 ruffians as indicated, so I'll get those out now. All right, so we got 2 ruffians here, and we're going to add them to this tile here. This is probably not good, but, you know, I could probably fight them. I haven't done, well, I did my 2 actions already, so probably not. All right, so we place them down. And then we have a new objective, which is to defeat the ruffians. All right, lots of fun. So Aragon is now finished. Now, I could move, but if you move while you're in the same tile as an enemy, they get to make an attack on you. So I really don't want to do that. Instead, I'll probably end my turn there and then go to Gandalf's turn. So Gandalf is probably going to go and attack those thieves. And what I'm going to do is, if I had a ranged weapon, which I don't, I could attack them from here to here. So ranged weapons allow you to attack adjacent areas. But Gandalf doesn't have one, so he's going to move on over. He heard about Aragon. Maybe Aragon cried out or has some kind of signal to let Gandalf know to come help him with these thieves. All right, so now we're in the, so that was 1 action, I moved. Now I'm going to attack. So to make an attack, I'm going to look at my weapons here. So I can either attack with my staff or attack with my sword. And is, as you can see, this is what I would need to test. So I need to test my might. Unfortunately, my might is only 2 cards. However, if I use my wisdom to use my walking stick, my wisdom is 4. So I think I would rather do that instead. I did forget to do this, of course. You gain 1 inspiration and scout 1. It says once per round after you discard a prepared skill. Oh, so I haven't discarded. So if I discard this, actually, I will be able to get that. So when you test wisdom, you may discard the skill to add 1 success. So this might be a good combo here. So I'm going to draw 4 wisdom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm drawing 4 cards. I'm going to see how many successes I have. And I have absolutely none. I do have this inspiration here. So what I'm going to do is discard this token to make this a success. I'm going to put all those in my discard pile. All right, so this is 1 success. Now, what I can do is discard this card. When you test wisdom, which is what I just did, you may discard this skill to add 1. So I'm adding 1 to my success. All right. So that means I have 2 successes. Now, if you look at my walking stick, if I have 2 successes, I will do 2 hits and I will stun. And after you move into a space with a difficult, that doesn't happen. So I've done that. And because once per round, when you discard a prepared skill, you, with this on it, which is what I just did, you may gain 1 inspiration. So I gain that inspiration back. And I get to scout 1. So I draw 1 card, and I can either prepare this or not prepare. I'm not going to prepare it. I'm just going to put it back on top. Because that's a success. I don't need to read it. Because I want to be successful. All right, so to attack, I'm going to click on the enemy here, and we are going to attack this this guy right here. So we attack, and we are going to use stun. So I'm clicking stun, and I'm going to apply 2 hits. Actually, how many hits was it? It's actually, yeah, it's 2 hits according to the card there. So click apply. Confirm. And so that ruffian is now stunned. All right, so it says here that the shadow deepens enough through hope, yet endures. So the threat was increased by 5. They should have attacked the, hold up. All right, I was just double checking that. So they act as a group. So these 2 guys are together. And so when I did stun, I actually stunned them both. So I guess I whacked them both in the head with my staff. So that worked out pretty good. So when I do damage, it's going to first apply, I think, maybe to the weakest one first, and then carry on. But anyways, so we're in the rally phase. So during the rally phase, we are going to... All right, so during the rally phase, which is kind of a bummer, but this is how it works. You just take all your cards that you had discarded, and you're going to shuffle your deck up again, and then you're going to scout 2. So even though I kind of prepared that card, it really didn't matter. All right. Actually, I need these as well. So there'll be some shuffling happening actually every turn. All right, I had accidentally, you don't do the prepared cards. I accidentally grabbed that one. So here we go. Now I'm probably not going to get all the rules correct, and I might have to look things up. They do have a very good reference book. All right, so it's our turn again. Oh, scout! I got scout. Yeah, so this is the fun part. Look, we'll probably do this one during your turn, just because I'm trying to just set myself up to have success. I'm actually going to probably put this on the bottom. hoping for success. I'll probably prepare this one, or I could prepare this one. Let's see. Once per turn, you may look at the top card of any hero's skill. If it's a card with this, that hero gains 1 inspiration. Oh, So you could technically put this on top and then look at it. Once per round, you may look at, and then I could gain another inspiration. How about we do that? All right. So I put that on top, and I'm just going to do this once per round. So I'm just going to look at the top. Actually, it's not the next round yet. We're in the rally phase. So I'm going to do the same thing for Aragon here. Technically, it says when Aragon scouts during the rally phase, you and a nearby hero each reveal 1 additional card. So I'm going to do that for Gandalf in a sec. So I get 3 cards because we're in the same spot. This is going to go on top because I want success. I might put this one on bottom. During your turn, you may discard the skill. Let's put that one on bottom. And then we will just prepare this one. At the start of your turn, you may discard the skill for you and a nearby hero to scout 2. Well, we might not want that, but I'll just put that in there. Or I could put this on the bottom. Let me just do that. Or do I? Nah. We'll just prepare it. So it's out of our deck. All right, and I'm supposed to draw one additional card. All right, so I'll probably put one of these on bottom. So let me just put one on bottom because I want to get to my successes. All right. So we're in the next phase. I already clicked it on the app. The threat meter went up, and we are now choosing our actions. So both heroes will do all their actions. Then we'll have the shadow phase. And I do believe you can choose any order of who goes. I'll probably have Gandalf go here. And well, Gandalf is going to do his knowledge ability. And we're going to look at a top card. And look at that, we have an inspiration. Well, we knew that was coming. So we get 1 inspiration according to this nosy card. All right. Now we're going to attack with Gandalf. So Gandalf is going to use his walking stick again. It's just a walking stick. He draws 4. We want to at least get 2 successes so that we can do 2 hits and stun him. All right, so we don't have any successes here. However, we do have 2 inspirations. And you know what? I'm going to do that. Once per round, after you discard a prepared. So I'm not doing that. So we got that. I'm using those 2 tokens because I have at least 2 here that I'm using for those 2 tokens. It's not that... I might double check the rules, but I'm pretty sure it's not, I discard 1 and I get all of them. It's 1 for each. Yeah, so each token is discarded for a single card with that icon on it. All right, so we have done 2 damage as well as stun. So we're going to click on the Ruffians. We're going to, click this here. We're going to add stun to it, and we'll do 2 more damage. We'll apply that, which means that they are stunned, so they cannot, either of them cannot attack. That's going to be pretty useful, I think, in this playthrough. Now Aragon goes. Now I could technically move if I wanted to. Because they're stunned, they shouldn't be able to do anything to me. So I could move Gandalf, and I wouldn't be able to interact, but I could move, but I don't think it matters. We'll just keep him where he's at. So now Aragon's going to fight, and he has a sword, which uses his might. He draws 3 cards for that sword. We're looking for 2 successes so that we can do 5 damage. Oh, look at that, 2. Boom, boom. So we got 2 successes on there. And we will go to the app. Go to those bad guys again. And this time it's going to be 5 damage. And as you can see, it might be hard in the app, but one's going to be killed. The other one's going to be taken down to one life. Is that right? Yep. So we apply, confirm, and So we're going to remove one. And that's it. So now we're going to end our turn and go to the shadow phase, which is going to be where the bad guys do stuff. So I'm going to click on here, click confirm, end the action phase, shadow phase. All right, your pursuit has been too slow. The last of the bandits escape, disappearing from sight. Remove the ruffian enemy group from the map. Well, that's not cool. All right. Sudden movement draws your eye to your surprise. A goblin breaks cover and sprints away, disappearing into a wall of brambles. Ooh. You followed with haste and find beyond the thicket a wide valley dotted with a few ruins, but no sign of the creature. Lore increased by 1. All right, now we're going to need to find 308A and add it to the map. So I'm going to kind of prepare that. All right, the app told me to actually prepare 2 tiles, which I've added. And now I'm just going to read what it says here. What has drawn such a creature here, far beyond the reach of any orc stronghold? Its armor bore resemblance to that of Mount Graham, but far to the north does that mountain stand. A dark alliance has been formed, indeed, for such a creature to be summoned here. You must find tracks leading to the enemy's lair to continue. Searching the surrounding area will yield the clues and tracks you need. Tracks needed 3, so I need 3 tracks. All right, so we've updated the objective to find those 3 tracks to locate the hidden lair. And then the threat has increased by 7. All right, now we're in the rally phase, and you can kind of see the tracker here. I think when we get to 15, something is going to happen. All right, so now the rally phase. So during the rally phase, we reset our cards. We're going to shuffle again. And shuffle those up. So I know, like, watching this, you might not like the fact that I'm just doing it on my phone there, but I am trying to just focus more on the gameplay of it. But obviously, you have to use this app, and this is how I would play it. I would be playing it on my phone, and so maybe you don't like that, but anyways, we're going to continue on. I need to scout. So, and again, we're in the same spot. I need to get rid of this ruffian. We're in the same spot as Aragon, so we can scout 3 cards. It says when you test wit, you may discard the skill. So that could be a possibility. When you test might, you may discard the skill. And then so they're all kind of the same thing. Let's just do maybe our wits. All 3 of them are bad for Gandalf, and we'll put the other 2 on the bottom. Actually, let's put 1 on top because of the knowledge one, so I can scout that and get 1 inspiration. Which basically I'm turning this one into a success. And then we'll do the same thing for Aragon. All right, so we're going to put this one on top for sure. And then when you test, you may discard this when you test wisdom. After you explore a tile, you and a nearby hero may scout 1. So we'll just put both of them on the bottom, maybe. All right. Now let's see, before you test, you may discard this skill to test wisdom instead. or I can sprint 1, which we might be doing this turn. Well, actually, maybe not. All right. At the start of your turn, you may discard the skill. You and nearby hero can scout 2. All right, well, let's just do that. I'm going to discard this, and we can scout 2. So let me scout 2 here. And we're going to put both of these on. I could prepare 1. When you test that now, once per round, when you scout, you may reveal 1 additional card, or I can guard. I'm going to prepare this one and put this on the bottom. All right, that's the Gray Pilgrim card. And then I want to scout 2 with Aragon here. We're going to leave those on top because those are successes. All right. So let's have, maybe Gandalf will go first. In his first activation, he's going to move to the, he's going to move to this spot here, and we're going to interact with that token. So in my app, I'm just going to kind of zoom in on this token and click on it. And this was and I'll just read it up here. A faint breezing, buzzing sound alerts you to something amiss in this area. So I'm going to search it. The buzzing is coming from a swarm of insects, greedily feasting on a spill of unidentifiable liquid. Test, what was that? Wisdom or wits? That's wits, so I need to test wits of 1. Wow, that was perfect because I just got this clever wit card. So we need 1. I can do it automatically. I need to do my wits as 2. I think the top one is this, right? Okay, so, gosh, nothing. But these are kind of cool cards. Darn it. That's really cool. So nothing, but I can discard this right here. It says when you test this, you may discard the skill to add 1. And remember, once per round after you discard a prepared skill with this, I get to, I gain 1. So I'm going to gain an inspiration token for discarding this. Plus it's going to be my 1 success. These are going to go over here. And I get a scout 1, so I get to draw this. And I don't think it's going to really matter. I'll just put it on the bottom. All right. Actually, hold up. Did I do this yet? This knowledge one? I didn't. So if I go back here, I'm going to put this back on top. And it says once per round, you may look at the top card, which I'm going to. Oh, look at that. Has that icon. So I get a inspiration. I really like this this card here. This is the Meddler card. All right, way to get inspiration. So I'm going to go back to the app. We're going to say we passed it. All right, so the insects are feasting on a spill of wildflower honey, and you even find an unbroken chunk of wax comb to pocket for later. Gain 2 inspiration, then discard this search token. So we get 2 inspiration. I can have up to 5, and we're going to discard this. Now that was 1 movement. I can move again. I'm going to move right there. All right, Aragon, he's going to go, and he's going to move twice, 1, 2, and he's going to interact with this token. All right, so I'm just going to the app, and it says here, a small cairn of stones is draped with green garlands. All right, we're going to search it. All right, the garlands are woven leaves and vines with a few blossoms dotting the verdant ropes. The cairn of stones is well balanced. The stones polished and clean. The stubs of a few candles are melted into the ground around this array. All right, I need to test my spirit. It's a test of 1. So I draw 2 cards for my spirits, and I need 1 for success. Well, look at that. I have 2 successes. I knew that was coming. So discard those. We're going to click that we passed, and probably get more inspiration. So this must be some sort of shrine or memorial. You light the candles and sit before the footstone stack. You empty your mind and then take a few slow breaths. You feel at peace here. So we're going to flip one fear face down. I don't have any fear, or discard one fear. So I didn't really get anything. So basically if I had some fear cards, it would be able to. So we discard that. Now he moved 1, 2, so he's done. So they're both done. So really my goal now is to kind of get out and explore, because probably when I go to explore these areas, I'm going to try to find these tracks. I probably didn't even have to waste my time doing those because they're not really part of the objective. They're just kind of like a side thing I can do. And those kind of elements are randomized in the game. But anyways, we're going to end our phase here. Maybe we'll get some monsters to show up. All right, we're going to confirm. So now we're in the shadow phase. And it says the shadow deepens through hope yet endures. Yeah, we've heard that before. Increases by 7. We passed that 15 mark. From a nearby tree line, you hear warble of unfamiliar bird. Then, without further warning, arrows whistle through the air around you. Each hero tests a agility, and you need 2. Each hero who fails suffers 2 face-down damage. Darn it. Darn it. I just went through my 2 successes for Aragon. Is there anything I can do here? All right, so his agility is 2. This stinks. Man, I wish this had happened before I found those, whatever it was. Ah, so I got my weaken card, and I have this. It's not going to matter. Let's see, do I have anything? Increase your limit by 1. Before you suffer a face-down wound, you may prevent one of those wounds. So I'm going to get 2 face-down. So instead, I'm just going to get 1 face-down. I'll just place it, I guess, to the side here. And I'm going to discard those 2 cards. It kind of stinks, but my cloak kind of helped me avoid that damage. Now Gandalf's turn. He has 2 agility. And we have... Well, we can actually have 2 successes, so why don't we just do that so we don't take any damage. I don't know if that was the smartest thing to do, but we did, so we don't take any damage there. All right. Place 1 Goblin Scout on the indicated space. That's like right in Gandalf's space. What the heck? All right, so we have a Goblin Scout there. And we need 1 Orc Marauder. I think this is the Orc Marauder. Looks like an Orc Marauder, doesn't it? All right. He goes in Aragon space. How do they know? All right, rally phase. All right, so we got more fighting to do. This is where the game kind of gets a little challenging, because if you're spending time fighting these things, you're wasting time on your objective. But if we don't fight them, then they're going to come and attack us and hurt us. So what would we rather do? We can't just leave these orcs on the board. Don't forget the thieves' den. All right, let's do some fighting. Actually, we need a scout, so we scout. Let me just double check the nearby. All right, so good for us. Nearby means adjacent, as well as being in the same spot. So we get to scout 3. And here, once per round when you scout, you may reveal 1 additional card. So we're going to do 3 plus the 1. We're going to put this on top. Actually, let's just put this on top for the 2. We're going to prepare the flame imperishable, just because it has no successes on it. When you prepare this skill, gain 1 inspiration. Nice. When you test, you may discard the skill to convert 1. Oh, cool. So let's add that, and we get 1 inspiration for that. And then I might discard those. Or no. Put them on bottom. All right. And then Aragon's going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. And, ooh, we're going to put that success on top. We're going to prepare this card. Well, provision, again, just getting rid of these blank cards. At the start of your turn, you may discard the skill. You can do some more scouting if you wanted to. And this, when you test that, we're going to put it on bottom. We already put one on top. Put that on bottom. And again, I'm probably forgetting like other abilities that I have. But, oh well. We're going to do Gandalf's little trick here of looking at the next. So we're starting the next round, and we'll just have Gandalf look at the top card and see, because of his knowledge, if it has that. Oh, it does. It actually has 2. So we get another inspiration token. So we are prepared to fight this scout. And what I could do, let me look at the scout here. The scout has armor, and he has 3. I think we're going to use our sword. We're going to use our might. So we're going to attack this scout. And actually, you know what? Let me have Aragorn go first. Let's see if we can wipe this guy out. So I'm going to attack him. He might be a little bit harder, though. Yeah, he has 5 with 2 armor. So we're going to attack him using 3 might. We need 2. We're trying to get 5. We do have 2 inspiration tokens. Look at that. We got 2 right here. I can actually get 3 and do 7 damage to him. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that token because I think this will kill him because of the 5 hits and the 2 for the... So there's a total of 7 hits against this Marauder. So let's swing at him. And we're going to do 7. That should wipe him out. Yep, so the 2 for the armor and then the 5 for the damage. So we're going to apply that. We're going to confirm. And you and a nearby hero gains 1 inspiration. Nice. We were inspired by killing that orc. Yes. Wait, can I have another one? Yeah, look at that stack of inspirations. I tell you what, I am playing on the normal difficulty. All right, so this guy is bye-bye. And Gandalf is now going... So the reason why I did that... Actually, I need to finish his action. So he moved... or he did his first action of attacking. Now I can move twice. I'm going to move... Let's see. Gandalf can come up this way. 1, 2. Maybe Gandalf goes over here. I can go 1, 2. Maybe... All right, so I'm going to go into this space here first. And in my app, I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit and click on this token because this is going to reveal things to us. So we're exploring this for the first time. All right, I'll just read these. 3 stone sentinels guard a thicket of dense woodland. Discard the exploration token, gain 1 inspiration. So I basically, usually you just take this token and you're going to add it to your bunch here. All right. And I'm going to continue. All right, a pig roots around the debris and rotting leaves. Place a search token. So we need a search token down here. And we need another search token for a tatered sheet. So a search token here. All right, your journey continues. All right, so I can't interact. I've already done my 1 action. I could move 1 more time and come down here first, and then maybe I can move Gandalf over here to interact with that next. But I kind of want Gandalf to come over here and explore. All right, I'll just, darn it. Which one has the tracks? That's the question. Well, let's just stay with the tater parchment or whatever. All right, so Gandalf needs to fight the scout. And we are going to use our might because might can give us 5 damage. And then I can move. So I'm going to flip over 2. Well, look at that. I'm going to use my 2 inspiration to get my 5 damage. And so we're going to go to our scout. Actually, yeah, that should be enough to kill him. He has 1 armor. So we technically need 4 damage to kill him. We're going to apply it. Confirm. And you, or, I read that wrong. So you or nearby person gets inspiration. So we'll just not take the inspiration. It wasn't both of us. It was either or. So the goblin's dead. Gandalf is now going to make his move over to here, 1, 2, and we're going to explore this area. I'm just clicking on that token, and I'll just read. All right, a grove of trees splits an ancient spine of jagged rocks. So this comes to me. I think that's just flavor text. A collection of stones inscribed with sigils is nearby, stacked into a pile. So we're going to add a search token. Oops. Right here. And then we're going to continue. And then our journey continues. Alrighty. This is moving along pretty nice. I like this. Fighting some orcs. Fought some thieves. I'm sure it's going to get worse. But we're going to get into we're going to end this action phase. Because, right, I moved 1, 2, I can't move anymore, which is fine. Shadow phase. All right, hope endures, increases by 5. We are almost up to, we need 25 threat for the next thing. We still need 3. We're going to scout 2. We're going to reset our decks and scout again. All right, we're going to scout 2, which is going to be, we're actually nearby again, so we get to do 3. I think I've already did that. Actually, I can do this again. So here, I'm scouting 3. It's weird because your rally phase is happening at the end of your round instead of at the beginning. And this is going to go on top so that we have a success. Which one do I want to prepare any of these? When you test this, you may discard the skill to add 1. See, I just don't know what I'm going to be doing. And then the Gift of Men. During your turn, you may discard the skill to discard 1 fear. I have 1 damage, but I think I'm alright right now. So we could put this on top to ensure that we can, yeah, let's just put this on top and put this on bottom. All right. And then we'll do 4 for Gandalf. He gets 1 additional. Once per round, when you scout, you may reveal 1 additional card. So it's going to be 3 cards plus the 1. All right, well, we don't need this. This can go on the bottom. When you test that, you may... All right, I'm going to put this one on top and these 3 on bottom. All right, so now we're in our action phase. Now, I do want to say, like, playing this game on camera here, using the phone and showing you guys, that might not be the best way of doing this. It may feel a little, like, kind of clunky a little bit, but I do feel like it's a lot smoother if I maybe wasn't recording. Even already, I'm feeling like this is going pretty smooth for the most part. So, and this game is just, you know, fun exploring and, you know, doing stuff with your deck here, making this deck work out for you. All right, I am looking at the combination. Again, I haven't used the expansion, so I haven't played as Gandalf. This is my first time ever using anything from the expansion. I am liking the character. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this ability right now. Of choosing, and I know this is a wait, how many do I have? Because it can also be, I can look at if that card is, that hero gains it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I could give it to Aragon, but I'll just give it to myself. All right, so that is inspiration token. All right, let's just go first with Gandalf. He's going to move once for his one of his actions. Again, you can do the same action. So I could move again if I wanted to, and actually I could move twice and explore here. But then, you know, instead of messing around with, let's just mess around with it. Let's just see what this is. I have a bad feeling about this, but so we're going to explore here. We're going to interact. So I'm just going to click on the token again. All right, so the collection of stones. So we're going to search them. All right, the pile of stones displays ancient symbols, now overgrown with moss. Test wisdom. Nice. If you're a dwarf, convert all inspiration to successes. We're not a dwarf. We're a wizard. And we're doing wisdom, so it's 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once per turn when you discard a prepared. So I can actually get some more inspiration when you prepare this card. I've already done that. When you test, you may discard this skill to convert. So I can discard this to get some successes. Because right now, it doesn't say how many successes I need. The more, the better, right? So here's 1 success. Let's discard this to gain another success. So I'm going to convert this one to a success. So that's, all right. Darn it. This doesn't have that symbol on it, so I don't get to do his special ability. So when you prepare the skill, gain 1 when you, so I'm converting one of them to success. So that's being converted. And let's just do 2 more. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm doing 4 successes. I don't know if that's overkill, but we just want to do it. All right, so I'll just read it. You have seen these same sigils etched into bronze, iron, and steel, but never into stone. They hold ancient power and are used to strengthen weapons and armor. Lore increased by 1, then discard the search token. What the heck? I think lore is your experience points that you get to use at the end of this, if I remember. Darn it. I didn't find nothing. I didn't find any tracks. All right. So that was 1. Where was that? I was right here. So that's 1 movement. I can move 1 more time here. So that's what we'll do. So to finish off my movement. And that means I get to do this. Explore. All right, gentle hill rises above you, sloping up to single high perch built in an old oak. A bandit gang might make use of such a lookout perch, but so might anyone hunting bandits. Discard this and gain 1 inspiration. All right, high in the trees, you see a shoddy platform crafted from old lumber. The vantage point might make it easier to spot signs of the thieves. Place a search token. So let's add a search token here. All right, looking down at a muddy ridge, you notice that maybe the tracks on the shore. The way down, however, is steep, slippery, and bears no clear path. Place a search token. So I'm going to place a search token right here. All right, a storm rags overhaul. A storm rages overhead. So we need to add a threat. Let me just make sure I put this in the right spot. I think it's where Gandalf is. So we add that threat token there. All right, so now it's Aragon's turn. So Aragon is going to maybe, so I could explore here. Darn it. I just don't know. I'm worried that that's nothing. And what we really need to do is get to this vantage point. Oh, by the way, this comes to Gandalf. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to move 1, 2, and come down here. And do the search for that. All right, so high in a tree, you see a shoddy platform crafted. All right, so we're going to search for that. We're going to climb it, actually. All right, so I need to test agility. All right, so I'm going to test agility. My agility is only 2. And, well, we'll see. All right, so I have 1 success. I'm going to use my 2 here. Do I have anything else I can use for this? Discard the skill. At the start of your turn, you may discard the skill you and nearby, so I can discard that for scouting, and this has allowed me to sprint. I'm not testing that. So I'm going to use my 2 inspirations here to get a total of 3. So I'm going to add 3 to the app, confirm. All right, you find yourself in a tangle, the very branches you hoped to use instead impeding your advance. You retreat slightly, looking for a better path. Gain 1 inspiration. All right. So I gained 1 inspiration, but I wasted 2. Darn it. What we really need is a Hobbit for this. So that was a waste, and it didn't tell me to remove that token, so it's something I can still do. Darn it. What was this card? I don't know. All right, so we're done with our turn. All right, the shadow phase. All right, we're going to increase the threat by 5. We've passed that threshold. It says an elderly crow perched in the shadow of a dying elm watches you with malicious intelligence. Its incessant cries grow louder and shriller until it erupts into flight and strikes over your head, followed by the cries of more dangerous foes. Nice. All right, we're going to be adding some ruffians. It's just 1. We're going to add them here. And then we have a orc hunter. So he has the bow. And he's in Gandalf's space. And now we're in the rally phase. Yay. So we're going to rally again. Three for Aragorn. 1, 2, 3. I really need to climb that tree, don't I? Let's see. Does he have... Agility is not here. Darn it. So we'll just put... darn it. I'm going to put them all on bottom. Let's just do that. Not very good. And then this I'm going to... Oops, I need to shovel those all in. I get to do 4, right? Or did I discard that one? Now, once per round, you may scout, so I can get 1 additional card. All right, so, all right, this is going to go on top. We might actually put both of these on top. Or we're going to prepare this card, because that was pretty good. Maybe we put both of these on top and put this on bottom. Actually, this says when you test it, you may discard. Actually, can we prepare more than 1? Here, we'll just put this. I was thinking Gandalf could, but we got to fight those guys. Darn it. He's going to fight. He's going to try and climb that tree again. I don't even have anything good right now. Wait, what did I put on top? Yeah, do I want that? Oh, it says when I prepare this card, I get inspiration. I'm at my max there. All right, what to do? We need to fight these guys. He's going to come and move and attack. All right, I figured out what I was going to do. I'm going to move Aragorn into the space, and he's going to fight this guy, and then I'm going to move Gandalf down here to climb that tree. He's been up trees before. He's really good at climbing trees really fast. All right. So he's going to attack that archer. So let me go into the, let me see the archer. Archer, oh man, I need 5. I'm doing my might, which is 1, 2, 3. Do I have anything I can do? Before you test, you may discard this skill to test wisdom instead. No. At the start of your turn, oh, let me do this. I'm going to discard this card to scout 2. And when heroes scout during the that's during the rally phase, so just scout 2. All right, we're going to leave this one on top and put this one on bottom. All right. And now I'm going to attack, drawing 3 cards with my might. Just want to see if there's anything else I can do. All right, we got 3 successes, which is going to be enough to probably kill this guy. Actually, how much do I need? Yeah, so we're going to use all 3 of these. I'm discarding this to get that extra success. And we're going to be doing 7 damage total, which is going to kill him. All right, and you or a nearby hero gain inspiration. So we remove this orc. Dead. And we're going to be inspired. All right. So that was Aragon's turn. He moved and he attacked. Now Gandalf is going to come down here and climb that tree. So to climb the tree, actually, and I don't know if let's see what happens here. So we're going to climb it. I'm going to test agility. So when you test, I do get 1 here. So I get to go 1, 2 for agility. I get 1 success here. I'm flipping this. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to discard both of these. And I'm going to, when you test, you may discard this. Oh, no. I can convert. So I get 1 back. I'm just going to get 3 successes here. Is there anything else I can do to get a success? Once per round, you may look at the top card of your hero's deck. I think I already did that. Darn it. I was hoping for 3 successes. So I don't really need to discard this, because it just converts 1 to 1. It basically acts as an additional inspiration. So wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to discard this. Darn it. It's still just 3. Let's see if it helps me out here. I'm going to do 3 again. All right, here we go. Pulling yourself onto the rickety structure, you gain the exceptional view of the area. Gain 1 inspiration, discard the search token. All right, so we gain 1. And we're going to get rid of that. And continue. Let's see what happens. All right, you cast your gaze deeper into the wild. Perhaps the remaining thieves and their allies from Mount Graham are hiding in those hills. Oh my gosh, all the way up there. All right, so I need to place A12 up near there. Let me get that. All right, I'm just going to use this one. I couldn't seem to find it, but no biggie. Same shape. 1A2, I don't see it. So let me put that in the right spot. All right, so I added more tiles out according to the app. I'm just going to kind of maybe slide this down a little bit. But now it says here that you compare the information you have discovered with what you already know of the region. Seeing no obvious signs of the lair, you begin to surmise where the lair may be and continue your hunt. Lore increases by 1. The tracks needed are 2. Okay. So we found a track. And we are now done with our activation phase, because they both went. Actually, technically, I moved once, interacted. I can actually move back here. Let's just move back there, because we want to come up here to explore. All right, let's end our turn. Now, this is where this ruffian is probably going to take their attack. So we haven't seen this yet, but basically it says he's going to move 2. He attacks Gandalf or closest hero. So he's going to move 2. So he's going to move into the space and try to attack Gandalf. And because Gandalf is a target, I can click attack. All right, so the ruffian circles around you to find an opening. All right, he wields a dagger. So basically I can negate the damage. It's 2 damage, but I can negate it using agility. So I use my, I'm going to draw 2 cards for agility. And I could use this to negate one of those. So use that to negate one of those damages. And do I have anything else? Before you suffer that or that, you may spend 1 inspiration to prevent one of those. So I could also use that. So I'm going to click confirm. All right. So that's the end of their turn. So what I'm going to do, let me just take a damage. All right, I'm going to save that for later because it's just a face down. It's not face up. And I haven't gotten any damage yet. I can get up to 6. All right, so the threat has been increased by 9. Dang. Now we're in our rally phase. So there's a lot of shuffling in this game. But that's fine. It's not like it's a large deck. All right, so we're going to scout, and we get scout 4 again. Yay. 2, 3, 4. I can prepare 1 more card. This is going to go on top because it's a success. I don't even read those things, but you know, I could maybe. Before a hero in your space test, you may discard the skill. So I could hide as well on that one. I'm going to prepare this one. So this basically, I can discard any of these to do these abilities. So I discard this, and then like I can strike 2, sprint 2, guard 2, rest 2, or hide 2. And strike 2, I believe, is like an automatic 2 successes. Let's put this on top and put this on bottom. We're going to have to decide what to do here. And then Aragon's going to do 3. 3 here. And we need to test that. After you explore a tile, you may, or nearby, during your turn, you may discard a fear card. Let's just put this here and put these 2 on bottom. I don't like that, or maybe I'm going to put both of these on top. Put this on bottom. All right. So now we're at the start phase, or this action phase. I want to get rid of this threat token. I think Aragon is going to take out this ruffian. And actually, let me just see, because they're not always the same. This guy has 5 health. So I know I can do that for sure by... so I'm going to attack. And I'll discard those 2 inspirations to do 2 successes. So discard these 2. We're going to take out that ruffian. All right. And we gain 1 inspiration. And I'll give it to Aragon because he has a harder time, I think, getting Gandalf. So I can finish by moving twice. Let's move, let's see, 1, 2. I'm going to move Aragon this way, 1, 2. So we're now exploring that tile there. I'm just going to the app. All right, an area of ruined foundations marks where a settlement used to be. So we gain 1 inspiration. We're going to place another threat token. That sucks. Right here, because this is like the timer of the game. So we place that threat token, and then your journey continues. So I do get this inspiration. All right. And now Gandalf is going to go. I'm going to explore that threat. Darn it, I know it's... All right, so I'm going to click on the token. It's a storm rages overhead, so we're going to search it. All right, an ancient oak is consumed by flames after being struck by lightning. The flames spread to the surrounding underbrush, scorching your hands as you attempt to extinguish the blaze. Don't I know how to do fire? All right, I get a test, might, and I need 3 successes. Now, one thing I think I forgot to do this. I'm going to do, not this one, but this one. Look at the top. there that is, so I can put that here. And now we're going to test might, and then I need 3. I only draw 2 cards. All right, there's 1 success. I'll discard these 2 to have 3 successes. All right, so we're going to say we passed it. All right, so finally you are able to extinguish the hungry flames, and the forest is left mostly unscathed. Discard the threat token. All right, the sky is angry and dark, and the storm clouds. Every so often, thunder rolls through the area, followed by the wind pushing back against the progress. This storm means your journey will be all the more difficult. However, they say adversity builds character. Oh, that's nice. So perhaps this is the opportunity to disguise. An opportunity in disguise. All right, and that's it. So we remove this, which means the threat will not go up as quickly, now that we got rid of that. That was his action. Now he's going to move twice, and he's going to come up here. All right, so I'm going to just click on the app. I'm going to explore here. And we have now found flat stone surrounded by a serene meadow appears to be the perfect place for picnic. All right, gain 1 inspiration. Your journey continues, so nothing here, but I do get an inspiration. All right, we're going to end our turn now. Confirm. Shadow phase. Threat increases by 7. All right, as the last sliver of the setting sun deeps out the sight, a long hungry howl sweeps across the valley. The feeling of being watched intensifies. Surely no ordinary thieves would be so allied with the darkness. Each hero suffers 3 face down fear or negates with what's that symbol? Spirit. So Gandalf will do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is fear. And I basically have no successes. So I would be taking 3 fear. It says here before you would suffer this or this, you may spend 1 inspiration to prevent 1 of that or that. So it's not even that great. Either way, let's just do 2. Man. Maybe I just do 1 and take 2 face down fear. So these are the fear cards. On the other side, they have like additional bad things that can happen. Now Aragorn's going to do his spirit, which is only 2. We get 1 success, so he's going to take 2 fear cards as well. So I'll just put that there. That kind of stinks. All right, we're going to be adding an Orc Marauder. All right, I'm going to get these things prepared. All right, the app told me to add this flag here. Let me kind of slide this down a little bit more, so that hopefully you can see that a little bit better. All right, and I might actually end up getting rid of some of these bottom pieces because I don't think I'm going to be going down there again. Let's see, let's continue. We're resetting these cards and we're doing our scouting again. And we are adjacent once again, so we'll be able to do an additional 1. So 3 for Aragorn. When you test agility, you can test wisdom. I don't really need that. During your turn, you may discard the skill to discard 1 fear. Yeah, let's just do that. And we will put 1 on top and 1 on bottom. All right, now we're going to take all of our cards. I can't prepare anymore. So maybe I should have discarded this one instead. Let me just take that back. I'm going to just discard this so I get 1 of those inspirations back. I could have done that on my skill test. Maybe that's cheating, but you can only have 4 prepared cards. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, when you do this, when you attack an enemy in your space, you may discard the skill to add smite and stun to your attack. Well, I might not be attacking this turn. When you test this, let's just prepare this one and see. And let me put this on top and put this on bottom. All right, now we can do our actions. Let's have Aragon, I think, first fight this Marauder. All right, so we're doing 3 for our attack. And we have 1 success and then 2 of those. Let me see what our Marauder health is. 7 and 2, darn it. So I can't even kill him this turn. You know what? Let's do this. That'll be 5 attack. I think every time you have to get through his armor. Darn it. I could do 7 damage though right now. Or do I save it? Let me just do the 1. This guy's tough. He got the ability of being large. So that maybe that's why he has more health. So we're going to do 5 damage against him. Let's see what that looks like if I do 5. Put him at 4. I could do 2 more. After you explore a tile. Oh, I could have done that. Oh well. During your turn, you may discard this skill to discard. So I am going to discard this to get rid of one of these fear cards. Alright. But let's just apply it. Can enemy attack? Yes. So the enemy is going to attack. All right, we can negate with might. So he's doing 1. If you suffer any regular damage, you and the Orc Marauder move 1 space toward the closest threat token, if possible. So we're going to try and negate this. We're going to draw 3 cards for our might. We are taking a damage or fear. So 3 to negate. Actually 2, we got right here. Boom, boom. So we negate both of them so we don't take anything. All right. Now what I could do is move Aragon now that the Orc Marauder has already gone and attacked. He won't be able to be provoked. All right, but I'll probably just keep Aragon there and just move with Gandalf into this unexplored spot. So let's just take Gandalf's turn. He's going to move up here. I didn't do this yet. Let me do this first. Let me look at the top card. Okay, that's inspiration token. So I don't even know why I bothered doing that. I'm going to move up here, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to explore. All right, peering through the brambles, you find a boggy lowland. A rustle of movement draws your attention to the bulrushes. All right, we're going to get that token. All right, the patch of bulrushes may hide tracks and their stalks. So I'm going to place a search token right here. I get this token. That was only 1 movement, so I'm going to move 1 more time into here. And now I'm going to interact with that. Oh, there's another storm. Oh, shoot. So do I... let me just move. Let me just search this this one here. Search. All right. First steps are arduous and leave your feet caked with thick mud. Test might. So I'm gonna test might. 1, 2. Test might. No. Darn it. Darn it. So I can get 2. So I'm going to discard these 2. Can I do anything else? All right, let me do two successes, see what happens, because I don't have anything else. All right, the bog pulls you slowly down and you are forced back, unable to fully explore the area as you scrape the clumps of mud from your feet. You consider which area of the bog to explore next and how long it may take you. All right, so we're going to end our action shadow phase. All right, threat increases 7. All right, it has a little thing. We passed the 48. So let me just read what it says. The last light of day disparates before the murky darkness of night. The shadows teem with the glint of eyes. They're one moment and gone the next. If you delay much longer, the thieves will slip from your grasp entirely. Every space is affected by darkness. Darn it. All right. Place 2 orc marauders. Okay. All right. So now it's dark. Every space is darkened. I'm just going to look that up real quick. All right. So basically, we're going to be taking damage every end of the phase. So we need to hurry up with this exploration thing. All right, so we need to do our rally. Shovel these up. We still need to find 2 more tracks. All right, let me scout. Now we're not next to each other, so Gandalf is not going to get that extra 1. Man, are you kidding me? I'm not testing either of these. Let me just put these on the bottom. Or let me just prepare one so it's out of my hand. Let me just do agility. All right, Gandalf is going to scout 3, not 4 this time because we're not next to Aragorn. Let me put 1 on top and these 2 on the bottom. Oh man. So the question is, does Aragorn run and explore? Let me see this Marauder. I think he has 4 hit points left. He has 4, but we're going to need 6. Darn it. All right, I might just go in and explore. I feel like I'm running out of time here. So let's just do Gandalf's first. So he's going to explore that token again. We're going to test this, but before I test it, this is automatic, so I get 1 inspiration. I'm going to flip over 2 for my might. And I have 3. Let me just discard all 3 to get this 3. We're not sure if this will work or not. All right, pushing aside tall reeds, you locate deep tracks. Nice, in the mud. Teams of armor and large shields have been cast off, discarded by desperate travelers as they sank into the bog. Their escape left a clear path. However, you note the direction. Gain 1 inspiration, discard this search token. Cool. All right, with the clues gathered and the enemies you have faced, you will begin to fear that this is no lair of exiles and lowlifes. What you are choosing in, what you're closing in on is a stronghold of the enemy, fledging through it may be. Your fears, unfortunately, have proved true. A darker purpose and master is being served here. Increase the lore by 1. Tracks needed is 1. So I get an inspiration token. That gets discarded. Now, I'm going to move Gandalf 2 spaces to explore here. All right, we're going to explore there. All right, leaves rustle and someone ducks into a dense thicket. You are on the trail of the bandits. All right, we're going to place a search token, shifting in the shadows, possibly concealing tracks within them. All right, so there's a search token right here in Gandalf's spot. All right, what we're going to do is I'm going to just take a beating from this Marauder and go explore that. So I'm going to do my action of moving. Now when I move, I'm going to go to the app and I'm going to provoke. Let's see how we do this. All right, so I basically go to the app and click here. I'm going to select an enemy to provoke. I'm going to pick that Marauder. All right, so he's going to do 2 damage to me, but I can negate with might. So I'm going to draw 3 for my might. I can negate one of those anyways with my thing. I have this here. I'm going to discard my 1 inspiration, or actually, why don't I just keep it? Just take 1 damage. So I'm going to take 1 damage. I prevent 1 with my cloak. Since they're face down. Let me do that instead. So I'm going to continue. So now Aragorn's in this space, and I can explore this token. All right, the thicket sits quiet and still. Its shifting shadows, possibly concealing tracks within them. Let's search it. All right, peering into the dark depths of the thicket, you find your eyes locked with another's. An orc's eye, dark pits of contempt and hatred gaze out at you. You have found an ally of the thieves. We sure did. So I need to test wisdom, which is good because I finally can use this card. Before you test, you may discard the skill to test. Oh, no. Darn it. I don't have anything good. I got to test wisdom. Oh, I have 4 wisdom. Man, we're both pretty smart. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm testing 4 wisdom. It doesn't say how much I need, but I have 3. So we're going to do 3. Let's just do 1 more. What the heck? I know that uses up all of them. Just to make sure. All right, I think this is going to be good. All right, you stepped into the thicket and the orc inside stumbles back, caught in the tangle of the branches. With a flash of steel, it lashes out and then breaks away, leaving a hint as to the direction of the lair. It has dropped its knife, however, and you pick it up for an inspection. The dark, brittle metal is the cheap craft of Mount Graham. Why and how are these creatures so far from the vile and distant home? Lore is increased by 1, then discard the search token. All right. All right, at last you have located the hidden lair of your enemy, nested in an old ruin. Faint silhouettes of orc sentries dot its high ruined towers, and you see more movement within. Aware of your nearness, they scramble to ready a defense. For you, all that remains is to devise a way in without their notice before these defenses are prepared. So lore is increased by 1. Place a search token as indicated. So we have a search token. Let me just see where that's at. All right, search token is actually right here. All right, so now we need to find objective and infiltrate the lair. So we need to go back to that spot. All right, with the knowledge of your destination, you observe outposts and patrols that until now were hidden from your nose. Great. So we need one orc hunter. So he's going to go here. Actually, it looks like I got that tile wrong, but I think it's the same either way. All right, and place pit goblins on the indicated space. All right, let me look for those. All right, so here are the pit goblins. They're actually part of the expansion, the Gandalf expansion, the Shadows of something. So that's kind of cool how if you have the expansion, it adds more to your game. Alrighty. So that was it. We're all done. We're going to be hurting here with these guys coming after us. So let's end our turn here. Right? We moved. We could technically move back. Oh, I was supposed to gain this inspiration token, right? Who explored that? Gandalf did. And I think I was supposed to gain an inspiration. I forget, but either way, I'm getting one. That's what you can do when you're playing solo. You forget what you did. Just give yourself some inspiration. All right. So let's end the turn. Shadow phase. They're probably going to attack us. All right. Who's going here? So this. All right. So this guy. He moved one and attack. I'm kind of confused because he already went on this turn, but I thought if they were provoked, they couldn't go again, but I guess he can. All right, move one and attack Aragon, so he can move and attack. I thought they couldn't go again, but whatever. So he's going to be doing, we're going to need to use our agility, not our agility, our wits or spirits to avoid this attack. It's 2 damage and 1 fear. So we draw 2 cards. I can discard one. I can do this and do my travel cloak. And so I'm taking 1. Let's see, I can either take 1 fear. Let me take 1 fear. So I negated the 2 damage there. All right, so they're done. Now the who's this one? These are these guys down here. They're going to move 1 and attack, but they're not going to have a target. So I'm going to move 1 here. I'm going to say no target. And now they move 2 spaces towards the closest hero. Darn it, 1, 2. So they're right here in the spot that we need to get to. All right. Now the orc, move 1, attack Aragon, or close. He doesn't need to move because he's in range. And we're going to attack Aragon. Darn it. So we need to negate with agility. So 2 cards. We can do 1. And it says increase. I just want to make sure this. Before you suffer a face down wound, I can. So I got 2 successes, so I'll take another fear. All right, not good, not good. All right, now these guys are going to move twice towards Aragon. 1, 2. They are range. Are you kidding me? So they're going to attack. Really? I guess those spears, they can throw them pretty far. All right, so I can negate with wisdom. Wisdom is 4. I draw 1. I'm going to have to shuffle these up. I have no inspiration. I can negate 1 damage. It's 1 damage and 2 fear. So I can negate that 1 damage. I also have 6 fear because of my travel garb. And I draw 3 more cards here. So 4 cards. I got nothing. So I'm going to be taking 2 fear. That's 5. All right, continue. Darkness step. Oh my! Each hero suffers 2 fear, negate with wit. So let's do Aragon. We need to do 2 fear. Negate with wits. I have 2, or spirits. Or I can do 1. So I take 1 fear, which should be 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well let's finish off Gandalf here. He does 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and let me just discard 1 so he can negate both of those. Why do they all go after Aragon? And I don't know the rule if, because we're in the same spot, I can choose. But I think they go after Aragon. All right, so now we need to do the last stand for Aragon because he's at his limit for his fear. So let's see. Well, right now the app is just increasing the threat. So let me just go through this. With darkness cloaking the area, your foes take the chance to sneak up on you. Surely if you cannot track down the thieves' hideout soon, you will be forced to turn back. Place 3 goblin scouts in the indicated space. Are you kidding me? It's in the space I'm at. All right, it says the rally phase, but before I do the rally phase, I need to do the I'm perform the last stance. I'm just selecting it in the app. This is a fear last stand. So I need to test wisdom, and I only need 1. Oh, nice. So I need 1. I have no inspiration. Oh my gosh. Wisdom. You know what? I could have used this to test wisdom instead. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just because my wisdom is better. All right. I got 2 successes. So we're going to say I passed. Discard all face down fear and 1 inspiration. Nice. So I discard all of them and I get 1 inspiration. All right. Whew. All right, each hero resets their deck, so we're going to reset. All right, let me just do that real quick. All right, let me do the scout. So we can scout 3 here. We're going to definitely put that success there. We're going to do that and put this on bottom. And then we'll do the same thing here. So we'll get a scout 4 this time because we are in Aragon space. And we will put this on top and put all these on bottom. All right, so now it's our turn. Now, I did read when you provoke enemy, it doesn't exhaust them. So it'd be different like if I attacked and they attacked me, then they're exhausted. If I move, I will provoke all the enemies. So basically, if I move right now with Gandalf to the spot to get that token, I would be provoking all the enemies in that space, plus I would provoke these enemies that are in the space of the token. All right, let's do Aragon. Aragon's going to attack this guy for sure because he's the one that's almost dead. So Aragon's going to go first. And I can actually attack twice. I'm going to attack first against those guys. I'm going to draw 3 for my might. And we're going to see what happens. So I have 1 success and possibly 2. Let's see how much this guy has. He has 4 health plus the 2. So if I discard this, this will give me another 1. So that's 2 damage. So I can do 5 damage against them. I might as well do this inspiration and just do all. Is there anything else I can do? Before you test, I could use wisdom instead to draw. Let me do that. I'm going to discard this and use wisdom and draw 2 more cards. Actually, 1 more card because it did 3. Just draw 1 more card. And that was another success. All right, so we're doing these 2 successes plus discarding this card. So I'm keeping the inspiration. That's going to be 2 successes for my sword, which means I am doing a total of 7 damage. So that will take out that Marauder. So he is now gone. And I get 1 inspiration for that. And now I'm going to attack the, because you can do the same action, I can attack again and attack those scouts. So I will draw 3 to attack. And I have 1 success. I can do 3 success. Let me see what their damage is at. Because there's 3 of them. I might as well just do them all. So that is 7 damage. Almost killing, I killed 1. So I'm going to remove 1 goblin scout. Can the enemy attack? Yes, they can. So I'm going to negate with, it's 1 damage, which I can negate anyways, and the fear. So I negated them both. All right. So I'm going to, now let me get rid of 1 of those scouts. And let's have Gandalf go. I think Gandalf is going to move. So he's going to move into here. I'm going to be provoked twice. Is that what I want to do? Darn it. I'm just surrounded by everybody. Let's see, provoke. Okay, I can't provoke them. So they're exhausted, so they can't be provoked. The app won't let me do it. So I'm going to move. I'm going to interact with that. So I'm going to do provoke by these guys here. They're going to do 3 damage, but I can negate with might. I can use my guard 2, discard to prevent 2 wounds. So let me do the might first. So I have that, and I can use this. I don't really want to do that. Just because I want to save these for my test. So let me discard this. So I can negate 2. So that's going to be a total of 3. So I'm negating 3. I can always discard this too. All right. So nothing happens. And now I'm going to reveal that token. All right, so the enemy's lair is hidden within an old ruin. All that remains is the device divides away in without their notice, okay? I need to test wisdom, so careful to avoid discovery. You scout the area around the old fort. So that's wit. I need to draw 2 for wit. Darn it. 1, 2. I'm probably not going to be able to do this. All right, I'm going to do at least 2. Let's see what happens. So 1, 2, click confirm. All right, the patrols, though lacking in vigilance, are surprisingly numerous, and you are nor yet able to locate a way in. All right, so that's that. All right, so we're going to end our turn. This is going to be bad. All right, let's end the phase. The shadow phase, they're going to be attacking us, that's for sure. Alright, so move 1 and attack Gandalf. So these guys are going to attack Gandalf right there, where we can attack. They're doing 1. I can negate with wits, or I mean spirit. It's 1 damage and 2 fear. So I don't have anything to negate it. But I do have this. You may spend 1. No, I don't have any inspiration. So basically, I'm taking 1 damage and 2 fear. Again, I can take up to 6, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so they're done. Now, the pit or the archers are attacking Aragorn, and it's going to be 2 damage and 1 fear. And I am using might, so I'm drawing 2 cards. I'm going to shuffle this up. I can negate 1. And draw 1 more. So that's 2. So I'll negate the damage and take the 1 fear. Alright, they're done. Next, move to attack Gandalf. So this is the pit, so he's attacking Gandalf. If you suffer a fear in this attack, become determined. Alright. If you suffer no fear. So we need to negate with might. So I draw 1 and I draw 1 more. I have this guard, so I could use the guard too to negate 2 of something. But first let's just draw. And maybe we'll get lucky. Gandalf, no, nothing. So I can at least block 2. So let me block 2 of the fear, right? That's how guard works. Yep. I can discard this to guard for 2. So I'm going to cancel the fear and take 2 damage. And because I did that, I become determined, so I can try to find that card. All right, so here's determine. And basically, when you test, you may discard this boon to discard any number of cards from the test and reveal that many additional cards. You may discard this boon to discard any number of cards from the test and reveal that many. So kind of like a do-over, a re-roll. All right, so I think we're done with them. All right, now we got the darkness. Darn it. I hate this. Negate with spirit. So 2 for Aragorn, or suffer 2 fear. So I only suffer 1 fear. And then Gandalf, his spirit is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have nothing. So I take 2 fear, which is going to make him fall 1, 2. I'm going to take my chances here. And let me continue. That increases by 6. Let's see what it says. With the forest teeming with enemies, you are forced to give up on the hope of tracking down the thieves before they are warned of their plans to stop them. You will try again in the morning when you have recovered your strength. What does that mean? Oh, I think I ran out of time. Darn it. So here we go. We're running out of time. All right, it says your enemy has proved more dangerous than you have hoped. Unable to continue your quest, you are forced to regroup and take some rest. After a few hours sleep, you rise and continue your search, and before the morning light, you find the thieves' fort and slip in without their notice. Oh, we should have done that to begin with. We should have just taken a nap. The heroes have failed to catch the thieves by surprise. They will need to face the bandit leader at a disadvantage. Lore increased by 1. Each hero receives 3 experience. All right. And that is the end. All right, so there's probably some like additional things you do after it, but that's the end. You know, if you've been watching my channel, I don't usually win too often unless I cheat. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I just got swarmed right here. I was so close. I was so close with this one. I wonder if I had like one extra inspiration, if I would have passed that test. There's no way of me knowing. And maybe that would have caused us to win this scenario, but obviously we did it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I know, like, using the app phone in this video, maybe it's not as great for you to view. You probably were just listening to me read it. I was having a hard time just kind of reading from this because the font was kind of small on my phone. So I was having a little bit of a hard time reading it. Obviously, if I was not doing this on camera, I think it would have been a little bit smoother than this. But besides the app, I do like the board and playing things out here. Moving your guys around. These tiles are pretty nice looking. They're double-sided. The map, the arrangement of the map is always different. The scenario itself is pretty much the same. You're going to be looking in and searching these tokens. So there was a little bit of spoil there. Obviously, searching this stuff didn't matter. I think it just needed to go up that tree. I think that's probably like true every time you play it. You have to go up that tree, I think. I can't remember, but so like the next time I play it, I might go for that right away. You can see you have to kind of go and do the missions quickly. Those threat tokens, maybe I should have gotten that threat out sooner, so the threat doesn't go up as much, because you really got to just try to get to your objectives. I got kind of swarmed at the end there. I do like the last stand thing, like when Aragon was about to be defeated, I was at least able to pass it. I think the next time he does the last stand, that test would have been harder. Or maybe it would have been harder for Gandalf, since I've already done it once with one character. But it did get rid of all the fear that he had. I liked Gandalf's character of looking at the top of his deck to get that inspiration. I was having a kind of a good time getting him inspiration. If I had played this on an easier mode, I would have had more inspiration at the end there. I had none. I had used them all up. So I don't know if that was the best thing to do, or if I could have done that a little bit differently. Obviously, I probably got some rules wrong, but that's fine. But yeah, this is a fun game. A lot of variabilities in it. I like how having the expansion and going back through the original scenario of the base game adds some of the enemies in the expansion. So like there's spiders in the expansion, so maybe spiders could have shown up in this playthrough. Yeah, and just having the other characters that you can use. The system of the deck, I actually like quite a bit. Just trying to get your deck a little thinner with and keeping more successes in here, because let's see how many cards actually have success on here. One, or maybe I set them aside here. Yeah, there's like 3 cards that have a success. So your original deck is made up of 15, so you get 1 success 3 out of 15, but you need more than just 1, so the chance of you passing are not good. But you can use your inspiration tokens, because you have a lot of cards that give you inspiration. There's a few cards here that give you nothing, so those are the ones you kind of want to prepare. And maybe with this determined, if I had that sooner, that would have helped a little bit more. But yeah, that's fun. You will eventually like upgrade your equipment, upgrade your character as you go through the campaign. Some people might not like the fact that this game is only campaign, but I don't mind that. It's fine. I could always play this scenario again if I wanted to. I mean, it would have been nice if I could just like jump to any part of the campaign if I wanted to kind of play there, but maybe that would be a little bit hard, since they would assume that the campaign would assume that you have certain gear or level ups for your characters. But you know, when they made this game, kind of like this is by Fantasy Flight. They made a game, Star Wars Imperial Assault, that has, it's only a camp. Well, it's a campaign, but there's like a second like 2v2 kind of mode. but it is set up as a campaign. You know, if you were doing like a role-playing game, like a role-playing, tabletop role-playing, like Dungeons and Dragons, you know, rarely would you ever do like just one mission. I mean, you can, but you'd probably want to do like several missions and play your characters out. And I think that's what Fantasy Flight is trying to do with this game. Is like, this is like a role-playing adventure game. You're going to want to, you know, continue with these characters and continue with the adventures, not just a one-time thing. I mean, I do like that. I like that about this game quite a bit. But yeah, this was a long one. I don't know if I will continue this adventure. If I get enough likes and maybe enough comments to say, hey, let's do another one. I have a feeling I'll probably get a lot of comments to that said, hey, I wish that you had shown the app a little bit more in the gameplay, because there were times where I'm just like reading from it and that might be kind of boring to watch. But yeah, just thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. So long.